LC, start smiling on camera, man. See all them whites. That's all I see.
Yeah. Soft answer tends the way around, right?
A good one, good one. Yeah, you might get me right, all right. Yeah. How's everybody on the Lord's Sabbath day?
Praise the Lord, brother.
It's a great day to be out here on the Lord's Sabbath day to honor the commandments. And one of the commandments tell us not to forsake the gathering amongst each other on the Sabbath day. That is the weekly Sabbath and the high day Sabbath, which are the holy days. First and foremost, I'd like to give praise and honor to the God of Israel, of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And today I'm going to give you the title of the message. And the title of the message is Caught Outside the Wilderness. Caught outside the wilderness. If you don't understand what the wilderness is it is the place of safety from the great tribulation. You know, in Israel, we teach about the place of safety so we'll be protected. But sometimes we don't focus on what happens to people who don't make it in the wilderness. And it's very important that we understand that this is not a fairy tale. This is not something to play with. It's going to be a whole lot of pain, terror, a whole lot of stuff that we really haven't encountered in any generation. It's going to be worse than anything, worse than 400 years worth of slavery, what Pharaoh did to us. It's going to be worse than all that. Because the devil knows he got 3.5 years to do what he needs to do to take as many people with him to the lake of fire. So you got to make sure that you get in this wilderness, because many of us today, we don't do well with pain. We do not do well with pain. I don't do well with pain. But if you're not in this place of safety, pain gonna be upon you, because you're gonna try to keep the commandments and they're not gonna let you. You're gonna try to follow the word of God, they're not gonna let you. You're gonna try to buy some food, they're not gonna let you when you got to have a mark in your right hand on your forehead. They're not gonna let you. And you're gonna have a great decision to make. Am I gonna eat? Am I gonna get clothes? Or am I gonna get a place to stay? You got to make all the decisions before you make the mark, before you take the mark. I hope you don't take it. I hope most people die not taking it. But a lot of people do not do well with pain. So this lesson is put together to kind of make you understand. It's urgent, very urgent that we get into the wilderness and not get caught out. This world is not going to be the same like it is now. And they're showing us little by little how they're taking our rights away. When they start martial law, if you don't understand what martial law is, when the military comes in and take over this whole world, it's going to be a new world order. And they're going to have concentration camps. And they're going to have all these coffins that we know some of us sitting in Atlanta, Georgia, waiting. They're not sitting over there for nothing. They're planning something. But the preachers inside these churches are not warning the people about the Great Tribulation. They tell them that they're going to be raptured out of here. They tell them that we won't see none of this. We won't experience no pain. That's a lie. We're going to experience some pain trying to get into the wilderness. So we're going to turn to Matthew chapter 24 to try to teach you that take this serious. Don't get caught outside the wilderness. You got kids in here think that they got a life. I haven't experienced nothing, so I ain't worried about that right now. Your little behind gonna get caught over here outside the wilderness, and then you ain't gonna have none of your people that you know that can protect you. Because the ones that got some knowledge, they gonna be gone. If they dumb enough to stay with you, so be it. I ain't staying with you. Period. You better get grandmama, whoever, your kid, whoever. If they don't want to go, you better ride by yourself. So we turn to Matthew chapter 24. We're going to start with verse 37. But God always has a place of escape for his people, always. But the preacher's not telling you the way of escape. He had a place of escape in Sodom and Gomorrah for Lot and his family. He had a place of escape in Noah's day with his family. He got a place in our day of escape if we follow these laws and understand what happened in Jerusalem once they build this third temple. But we got to know this. We got to keep this fresh on our minds because we got a lot of distractions. A lot of distractions. Those distractions are not all bad. They're good. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37. You get it, brother? Go ahead.
But as the day of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
There's a clue right there. He said, as the days of Noah. It's talking about Noah, the one that built the big boat. The only 8 people got inside of that boat. He only said, that was the only people that were saved. He said, this day we living in going to be exactly like Noah's day. And I see it. So give us some clues here. Go ahead.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking,
Yes, sir.
married and given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
This is the clue. They were eating and drinking. Most of the people in the world are worried about filling their stomachs. You got some food, you got them. Period. Then most of the people in the world, they are marrying and giving into marriage. You got so many people got 3, 4, 7, 8 wives, husbands, and they marry one after another. Don't understand that your first wife, who you had that covenant with, that's the one that God honors. Then you talking about giving into marriage. And they don't know that they are giving into marriage because once sex is supplied, you marry to that person. And that's a tough one right there. But go ahead.
39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
He said, it's going to be the exact same way. In these last days, people eating, drinking, married and giving in marriage, just making sure they please the flesh. That's all he's saying. Pleasing it. He said it's going to be the exact same way of Noah. And we know it, very few people got saved in Noah's day. So if very few people going to get in that wilderness. Period. Because they're stuck in this world with their flesh. And I know it's hard, believe me. That's why these Sabbath classes are very important, that we rejuvenate our strength in the Lord. So we won't get distracted with all these cares of the world. Just like in Noah's day. That's why God had to close the ark himself. Because he know Noah's flesh. He probably tried to crack it and let somebody in the midst of the whole thing. Or no, God closed it when nobody going to get in there, period. Just like in the wilderness, God going to close the wilderness up where the angel going to be out there and nobody going to get in the period. Come back up to verse 15. We got to know this. These are the clues. Don't get caught. See this thing. He said, those that watch. And you hear a lot of people say, Jesus can come in any time. That's a lie. He can't come in any time. He said, they love to say, he going to come as a thief in the night. No, finish that. He going to come to the thief in the night because those are not watching.
That's right.
We watching through the scriptures.
That's right.
Verse 15, go ahead.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet,
Yes, sir.
standing in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand.
This scripture right here goes by most of the churches like a breath of fresh air. They don't even think about the abomination and desolation. Don't even understand what it is.
That's right.
He said, you got to go back and read Daniel, but if you threw away the Old Testament, how can you read Daniel? The Old Testament done away with. You ain't got to go back and read that. All both books are still in effect. You can't understand the prophecies without Daniel. You cannot. But we're going to touch on Daniel. But I want to make sure you understand that. Don't get caught outside of that wilderness. Go ahead.
Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
See, that's a clue. He said, once you see the man of sin, which is the abomination desolation, go to Jerusalem, set up shop there. They're going to build a temple, the third temple. When you see that, he said, you better be fleeing to the mountain. And we know the mountains, like I got this map up here, where this started, this movement at Jerusalem. He told us to go to the mountain outside. All of this is the wilderness right here. We get out there. And Ammon and Moab gonna help us. That's another lesson. But I just want y'all to see, this is the part. It's gonna take some faith to get there because most people ain't never came out of Albany, Georgia. Most people ain't even came out of the country. I ain't been out the country. But I know one thing, I'm not gonna get caught up in this mess. Go ahead.
16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Yes, sir.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
You see how urgent that is? See, the ones that are watching, they're gonna already know, oh, they're building the third temple. Let me get my stuff together. But the ones that ain't watching, they ain't gonna understand when it's time to get their stuff together. He said, well, you don't understand when it's time to get your stuff together, and you see this one thing, which is the man that's in the temple, run, find your transportation, because it's gonna be out there. Go ahead.
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
He said, you at work, basically. Don't even go back and get your clothes. What you got on, ride. Keep going.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
It's going to be very hard for mothers who got children. Because you're going to be running, trying to feed a child. It's going to be tough. Oh, I'm glad mine's grown. Hey, you better catch up. You better catch up. I ain't got to feed them. They know how to do it. They know how to feed themselves. They know how to run. But the ones that got little infants, it's going to be tough. Go ahead.
But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
That's preparation right there. In the winter, if you see this thing popping off and winter about to come, believe me, you got to be taking off in the summertime or when it's warm. And not on the Sabbath day. In Jerusalem, on the Sabbath day, a lot of stuff shuts down. You know what I'm saying? So he told you not to pray. He told you pray not to flight be in the winter or on the Sabbath day for that reason only, because that starts a 3.5-year tribulation period. But listen what he say in verse 21. Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, not ever shall be.
See what he said? Ain't nothing can depict what this tribulation gonna bring. Nothing we seen, not even Pharaoh having Israel enslaved for 400 years, not even the Holocaust with the Jews. None of that can depict what this man of sin gonna do to the people that are caught outside of the wilderness. Your world gonna be shaken upside down, my world, if I don't get in there. Listen what God said if he don't shorten them days. Go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
He said, man, this man right here gonna be killing up a storm. He's gonna be killing all day, every day. There's gonna be so much death outside. In the wilderness at the time, he said 1,000 shall fall at your right hand and 10,000 at your left hand. That's a lot of people. We don't touch on that. But let's understand why it's so important to get in there. That's one level of it. Let's go to Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12, we're going to start with verse 9. This wilderness is the only place in the whole entire world where you can be protected. Period. Don't get in your mind like, okay, I go buy some land, I can go have me a farm, they're going to take all that. You know why? Because you can't pay no taxes if you ain't got that mark in your right hand on your forehead. They want to see it. I don't care if you got $1 million in the bank. Let me see your mark. Okay, go ahead and pay it. Period. Don't think that. Like, so don't be smarter than the book. The book's smart. Just follow the instructions. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9. Because I know us, but we think we can get out of anything. Nah, you can't get out of this. Don't get caught out there. Revelation chapter 12, excuse me, verse 9. Go ahead.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil,
Yes, sir.
and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him.
See, Satan right now, he working it. He working on our minds, he working on our families, just to distract you from this word, just to distract you from getting to the Sabbath class to learn. He out here trying to make sure that you just don't even worry about this. I got a life. In my life, I want to live it how I want to live it. I want to live it. Okay. But you get caught up in this wilderness, we're going to see what type of life you have. Kids going to get raped outside this wilderness. Period. I'm going to read this. Because Israel don't even think about this pain. Don't even think about it. Jump down to verse 12. 13, excuse me. Go ahead.
And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth,
Yes, sir.
he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child.
The woman is the church of Israel, and the man child is Jesus. Go ahead.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle,
Yes, sir.
that she might fly into the wilderness.
Fly into what?
The wilderness.
We will have transportation. We will have airplanes taking us to the wilderness. We will have boats taking us to the wilderness. Don't worry about no passport. I know I gave you a passport. I just want you to, if you want to get one and move a little quickly, you can do so. That's up to you. But God said, he said he given 2 wings of a great eagle that she should fly in the wilderness. John didn't know nothing about no airplane back then. He just gave you a bird, a description of a bird. And that's what an airplane looked like. Then she said, do what? Fly into the wilderness. Go ahead.
Into her place where she is nourished for a time and times and a half times from the face of the earth.
How long
Serpent.
how long is that? A time is 1, times is 2.5 a time is a half a year. 3.5 years where she is nourished. Because the world is going to be taken over by the military and the medicine, and they're going to ration out food. They don't know what's going to happen. War and all that. Because if you read Revelation chapter 9, as we did the more you go on to Trump, you understand that a third of the trees going to die, a third of the river going to be built, a third of everything. I mean, this stuff going to go down where this world ain't going to look the same. If you caught outside, you ain't got no protection at all. I ain't got no protection. Listen to what he say now. Now how about the ones that get in there? Go ahead.
15. And the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
This flood is symbolizing water and people. You read Revelation chapter 17 and 15, he tell you that these waters are people. He cast out that army against this woman, which is Israel, and all the nations that follow Israel to the world. He coming to attack, trying to stop us. But God said, I got an escape plan, don't worry. Go ahead.
And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth, swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
So the earth helped the woman. Swallowed up. I don't know if y'all remember in Numbers it talked about how the earth helped the woman when what that Achan one tried to take over Moses' spot, which is the Levites, and they tried to assume that they was going to do Moses' job. God opened the whole earth up and killed everybody in their family. Everybody. Korah, yeah. That's Numbers chapter 16, verse 30, you want to look at it. The earth opened up the woman. Opened up, saying, and he destroyed. Don't worry about that. But one thing you got to learn right here, that Satan knew it was a remnant left. The ones that thought it was a game, didn't move fast enough. He said, I'm going back to get them because I ain't know they over there. Go ahead.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed,
Yes, sir.
which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
So if you got a remnant, that means the last portion that didn't get in. The ones that didn't get in, Satan said, I'm going back to get them that keep the Sabbath, that keep the dietary law, that keep thou shalt not commit adultery. Don't come. I'm going to find them. You know how you going to find them? Because we're going to be trying to keep this. No, excuse me. not we. They're going to be trying to keep the Sabbath day. They're going to be trying to keep the holy day. And they're going to say, oh, what are they doing over there? Let's go get them and persecute them. Put them in concentration camps. Do all this stuff. Kill them. This is what he's telling you right here. Don't get caught out there. Because Satan said, I'm coming back to get the what? The remnant. The last portion that didn't make it in. Let me show you what happened to the remnant. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7. He said go to Daniel, right? Whosoever read it, read Daniel. This is so important that we know about. Because God is going to give this power over to Satan and his people. He gonna let them win. He gonna let them kill us and persecute us. He gonna let them. Because he gave us time to get in there. You trying to sit up and take care of a house, trying to a car, some retirement. Man, forget this stuff. I'm gone. I already told my brothers, no, hey man, y'all know I'm leaving. What's that man saying? Come over there. Y'all come get all this stuff you wanted. Told them, come get it. Or I'm gonna give it to somebody else. Somebody else gonna get it. You ain't gonna enjoy it for a little while. I'm gone. Listen what he say about this war with the saints. Daniel chapter 7, verse 21. Don't get caught out there, outside of the wilderness. That was his lesson. This lesson all about. Verse 21. Go ahead.
I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them.
This horn he talked about is the man of sin, the man that gonna be in power. We could have read Daniel chapter, the whole thing of Daniel talking about the four beasts, you know, from all the way down from Nebuchadnezzar, King Darius, King Cyrus, Alexander the Great. But we down into the last beast, which is ran by the Roman Empire, or the European Economic Community, or the Daniel and the 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? This is where we at now. Go ahead.
Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom.
He said, until the Ancient of Days came. So this man of sin gonna be in power for 3.5 years. And the only person that can take him down is Jesus. Jesus is the Ancient of Days. And then he gonna give power to the saints at the end of the 3.5 years. But before that time, this is paying to pay for the ones that get caught up outside the wilderness. Go ahead.
Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth.
Yes, sir.
Which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall divide the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces.
He said the fourth beast, which is the Ptolemaic Empire, which Rome came out of. The popes came out of that empire. That's the last of Alexander the Great 4 generals. He said, this man not only killed you, he devoured you. Do you understand the difference between killing? He don't want to just shoot you. He want to chop your leg off and see can you walk around a little bit. He want to cut the babies out your stomach. He want to do all this stuff. He want to do this. Because he said there would be nothing like this ever. That's what people got to understand. Go ahead.
24.
What did he say? He said, wait now, he said, tread it down and break it into pieces.
That's right.
That's cutting, that's killing, that's devouring. You don't just, like I said, you don't just kill, you want to make sure you hurt. Go ahead.
And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings
Yes,
that
sir.
shall arise. And another shall rise after them. And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings.
These 10 horns, which are the United Nations. This is also the 10 toes and Daniel. The 3 kings that he devoured were the Ascot, Vandal, and the Huralites. He took them out. We don't even know nothing about those people today. They are, what they call them, distinct,
Yeah,
distinct, right? Instinct, extinct. All right, thank you. And then, you don't even know nothing about them people right now. He destroyed them at all. We're not knowing, but you can read about it in history. There's no sign of those people, what this beast did. Go ahead.
25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He shall what?
Speak great words.
What you doing taking that Sabbath day? Don't worry about no Sabbath day. I can eat anything I want to eat. What they tell you, what your family tell you all the time. You ain't got to keep that law. Pray over and eat. Come on there, open me criminal prayer. Criminal. This is what this man is saying gonna do. He gonna speak great words against Most High, meaning that his days are over God's days. We don't keep no Passover. We don't keep no Sabbath day. We don't keep no tabernacle. We don't keep no day of atonement. I'm gonna eat when I want to eat. This is what he telling us. That this man gonna speak great words against the Most High. And how you speak great words against the Most High? You go against his covenants. Go ahead.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Shall what?
Wear out the saints.
What is wear? He ain't gonna put you on. He gonna kill you, torture you, if you call outside. How you find out you saint? Because you're gonna be hollering about the Sabbath. You're gonna be hollering about, and your friend next to you gonna say, hey, they're gonna betray you. Your father, your mother, your brother, sister. He said that in Matthew. All this stuff gonna go down. Because they don't understand not taking their mark. They're gonna try to get some help. Go ahead.
And think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and times, and the dividing of time.
3.5 years is a long time. That's a long time to be running for your life. Go ahead. We finished with that one?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's continue. Let's go to Daniel chapter 11. Let's see what more this man is saying gonna do. Oh man, what we gotta talk about this? Yeah, go to one of them Sunday churches. They'll have you feeling good and going straight to hell.
Yeah.
You better know about that. You better fear the Lord. It's the beginning of the knowledge. What he say the whole duty of man is? Fear God first and keep the law.
Yeah.
You preacher got to put that fear on you. If you don't, he ain't doing no justice. Daniel chapter 11, verse 28. Let's look at this man and see what he's going to do. This cat is vicious. And he know who we are. Verse 28, go ahead.
Then shall he return into his land with great riches.
Yes, sir.
And his heart shall be against the holy covenant. And he shall do exploits and return to his own land.
He said he's going to return into his own land. Meaning he don't go back to Rome, but he going to leave again and go to the Holy Land. Go ahead.
At the time appointed, he shall return and come toward the south. But it shall not be as the former or as the latter. For the ships of Shittim shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved and return and have indignation against the holy covenant. So shall he do. He shall even return and have intelligence with them that forsake the holy covenant.
He going against the holy covenant. Look at the map up here. The Antichrist right here. Coming from Rome, he said he gonna come all the way back down. Once he leave Rome, he gonna come right here to Jerusalem. He gonna come to Jerusalem. He gonna go against the holy covenant. What's the holy covenant? The laws. Go ahead.
And arms shall stand on his part.
What is arms? An army. A military stronger than anything. Go stand on his part. Go ahead.
And they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate.
What is that? Right now in Jerusalem, they are training Levitical priests to do animal sacrifices. And he's going to come over there and say, look, man, I'm here now. Y'all stop that. Christ is here. I'm God. I'm God. And they're going to stop and they're going to give him power. Go ahead. What else he going to do? These are the ones that get caught outside of the wilderness that don't believe that this is true. Think it's a fairy tale. Think it's a game. I want you to get familiar with your pain. I want you to get familiar with your pain. Go ahead.
And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries.
He be flattering in your life. Man, cause you eat a little pork, they ain't gonna do nothing wrong. Do nothing. You, my grandma let her be 90 to 100 years old. I eat pork every day. Flatter you. Yeah, you right. It ain't about longevity of not eating pork. It's about keeping the law. That's what people don't understand. You only promise us 70 years, period. But you think longevity is only about keeping the law. You trying to be